The day on which people are most likely to die by suicide is not Monday. It is Sunday. Viktor Frankl noticed this pattern in his clinical practice and named the phenomenon behind it, the Sunday Neurosis. It is the depression that descends when the structure of work is removed and the person is left alone with themselves. The week is full of obligations, deadlines, demands. They impose a shape on time. They distract from the underlying question of meaning. Sunday morning the structure lifts, and what remains is the person and the question. Most people, given an afternoon with nothing required of them, find themselves vaguely uneasy. They check their phones. They scroll. They look for something to do that does not feel hollow. They eat without hunger. They watch without interest. They wait for the week to start again so that activity can resume and the unease can be displaced. Frankl identified the same phenomenon at a larger scale, the post-retirement collapse. The lawyer who was vigorous at 68 and dies within 2 years of retiring at 70. The executive who built a company and within months of stepping down is depressed and rapidly declining. Frankl saw these patterns in his Vienna practice in the 1960s and recognized them as a single mechanism. The person whose meaning had been borrowed from work, with no inner reservoir, collapses when the borrowing stops. He traced this to what he called the existential vacuum. The vacuum is not just an absence of pleasure. It is an absence of meaning. And it can be present even when life is full of pleasure, full of achievement, full of activity. The existential vacuum is the felt emptiness of a life that does not know why it is being lived. Frankl believed the vacuum was a defining condition of modernity. Earlier societies, even painful ones, provided their members with inherited frames of meaning: religion, tradition, family role, social class. These frames may have been restrictive, but they answered the question. Modern life removed them. The individual was free to choose, which sounded liberating but produced, for many, the freedom of standing in front of an empty field with no instructions about where to walk. The vacuum, Frankl observed, expressed itself in 3 main ways. The first was depression, the grey sense that nothing matters. The second was aggression, irritability and rage at the world for not providing what it cannot. The third was addiction, the desperate substitution of intense sensation for meaning. Today we might add the screen, the infinite scroll, as a sophisticated form of the same substitution. What is the cure? Frankl was clear: not more pleasure, not more achievement, not more inner work alone. The cure is the discovery, or the creation, of meaning. A task that the person genuinely finds worthwhile. A relationship in which they are needed. A truth they can serve. A standard by which to measure their days. The Sunday Neurosis is not an enemy. It is, in Frankl's view, a signal. The unease of unstructured time reveals the absence of inner meaning. The person who can spend a Sunday afternoon in genuine satisfaction, reading, walking, sitting with a loved one, working on something that matters to them, has built something inward that does not depend on the external scaffolding of the week. The person who cannot is being told something important about their life. Frankl believed the rise of meaningless leisure was, paradoxically, more dangerous than the rise of overwork. The overworked person at least has the diversion of work. The person with empty time confronts directly what the worker has been outrunning. The Sunday Neurosis is the symptom that asks, what is your life for? It is uncomfortable to ask. It is more uncomfortable not to.